What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel. If you like to stay up to date with boxing news, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So, Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford are going to fight November 20th, and this is going to be a barn burner, possibly fight of the year. A lot of people are predicting that, and to be quite honest, I have no doubt that it's going to be one of the nominees for fights of the year. And I believe this fight is going to do really good on pay-per-view. A lot of people, uh, have created a stigma around Terence Bud Crawford that he's not a popular fighter, that he's not a known fighter, which I think is a bit overblown, especially by Bob Arum. I think every time Terence Crawford fights on ESPN, he draws somewhere around 2 million views. I know it's free TV, but at the end of the day, 2 million views and he's scoring these knockouts. Some of these people are becoming fans. Again, every time he fights in Nebraska, he sells out. When he fights here in New York, he sells tickets. It's never an empty stadium. He is somebody who is known amongst the boxing community, especially the hardcores. Hardcores are really, really big Terence Crawford fan, and we're really excited that he's finally going to be in a welterweight fight where, it's looked at as a 50-50 fight. Maybe not, maybe like a 60-40 fight, but point is, people are looking at this as a competitive fight, which is something we couldn't have said for the Terence Crawford fight. I believe the Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter fight did somewhere around 300 and 350. I couldn't throughout my research, I kept seeing numbers go, around that range. Nobody really had the same number, but it was around 300 and 350. And to be quite honest, I think Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter could exceed that. It's a perfect storm because it's something where people are in their back of their mind go, all right, this is where we see who Terence Crawford is. Is he as good as Spence? This is the barometer of where he is in the welterweight division. So this is his first test, in the elite level, or maybe just a notch below elite. And that's going to drive eyeballs. The first time somebody faces their first test and is against an offensive fighter when he himself is an offensive fighter, and both are going to be trying to make a statement. Shawn Porter is going to be trying to make a statement because he's going to be trying to show that he is one of the elites. He is one of the top 2-3 welterweights in the world. That's what he's going to want to prove. And he's an offensive fighter. And the same thing with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is going to want to prove that, hey, listen, this guy went to decision and struggled with him. I knocked him out, or I handled him easy. And again, Terence Crawford's style is a bit more offensive than Errol Spence. So he's going to, if he's going to want to outshine him, he's going to outshine him his way, which is a more offensive kind of way. And let's see what happens. Hopefully he can get a knockout and get this guy out of there, and he can prove to everybody that, hey, he's the top dog. Or maybe Shawn Porter comes out and proves, hey, listen, Terence Crawford wasn't all that. I had a great fight with Errol Spence. I deserve a rematch. Let's unify for 3 belts. Who knows? But point is, every single hardcore I know that has a casual boxing fan is screaming in their ear, telling them, texting them, DMing them, this is the fight you have to see. Come to my house. No, you go buy it. Make sure you watch this fight. This is a fight that the fans themselves are promoting. You go on boxing Twitter, that's all the people are talking about. People are buzzing about this. People were buzzing about this even more than the Canelo Plant fight, mostly because people look at it as a more competitive fight. And the fact that fight is in the same month, the Canelo Plant is on November 6th, Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter is November 20th. That might affect the pay-per-views, because some people, they can only afford one of the pay-per-views. And, not everybody can afford, $80 and $80 plus their cable bill. So we'll see. But I still think this fight does around 400 to 425,000 views. Yes, I'm going out on a limb, but I don't know. I just have a feeling, the fact that so many people are excited about this fight and the fact that most knowledgeable boxing fans are predicting that this is going to be a good fight, it's going to be a perfect storm. And I think the fight's going to do really well on pay-per-view. But all right, guys, let me know in the comment section how many pay-per-views you think this fight is going to sell. And also who you think is going to win. But all right, guys, that's my video. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at _Broadway Joel, and hit the like button before you go. But all right, guys, until next time, peace.